This is the Fox 25 News at 5.
Let's go to Fox 25 Chief Meteorologist Jack Gerfen. Got your back with a first look at the forecast this evening. Jack, we got watch parties out the wazoo tonight for Team USA making the World Cup debut. I know there's a lot of great outdoor viewing venues here in Oklahoma City. What can people be expecting out there?
Adam, just a lot of the heat that we have out there. And actually, it's not as bad as what it's been over the past couple days. And in fact, tomorrow's going to be really hot and humid. So overall, it's actually going to be a nice evening out there on this Friday. And the nice thing, too, is that while there is a chance for storms coming on in tonight, it's way late. So the whole game should be done no problem before you'd even have to worry about any chance for some storms. Here is our view, though, from SoFi. I forget, Adam, because we can't use the actual advertising names. So what is this one called? Do you remember? Is this just Los Angeles?
I think so, yeah.
Like
I think it's just Los Angeles Stadium.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But we're starting to see more and more fans come on in there. I've got access to many more cameras, too, which we'll be showing over the course of the weekend as more of our U.S. venues begin to open up. But here in the metro, as you can see, we've got partly cloudy skies across a lot of the area, kind of left over from the cloudy skies and even some of those rain showers that we had from earlier on this morning. Temperatures right now, again, are warm in the upper 80s and low 90s, and it still is humid out there, but compared to 24 hours ago, it is down a little bit by about 5 degrees, and the dew points are also down just a touch, too. So again, our heat index values, they're still high, no doubt about that, but they are an improvement from where they were over the past couple days. Unfortunately, though, they're back to being pretty hot again for tomorrow, which we'll get to in our main weather. But overnight tonight, we are waiting for the chance for storms to be coming in from Colorado and New Mexico, and those will be making their way through the Panhandle and into northwest Oklahoma. Now, they will be weakening as they make their way closer to our area, but we can still be talking about winds up to 70 miles per hour and a chance for up to quarter-sized hail. Again, we had a lot of activity in the morning that was kind of actually spreading westward with time. Those have now faded away now for the past couple of hours, and now our storms that we are waiting for tonight are just now getting going across, again, portions of New Mexico and Colorado. So animating through our futurecast for your watch parties this evening, obviously warm temperatures out there, but we're good. And as you can see, those storms, it's going to take a while for them to actually get here, potentially after midnight tonight. But as you can see, there might be a bit of a severe threat with those before they totally weaken out. And we'll see how far they are able to push eastward over the course of our morning tomorrow morning. That very well could actually influence our then storm chances for the day tomorrow. So we'll be in the 70s overnight tonight, watching those storms coming on through parts of the area. And then for tomorrow, we've got our cold front coming through, which will help to give us a chance for more storms in the afternoon and evening of our Saturday. But it's a very warm day with a high in the middle 90s. And there's a better chance for severe weather with tomorrow's storms, which we'll again talk more about in our main forecast. So severe storms late tonight, more weekend storms could be strong to severe, especially Saturday evening. And then we are starting off the forecast for a lot of next week with some drier conditions. But overall, though, Adam, good for the watch parties for much of the evening. All right. Thank you, Jack. Now, we got to get to this next one because we got 6 horses caught up in a nearly $9 million cocaine bust, now recovering in Harrah. Fox 25's Emma McAndrews live from the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics headquarters. Emma, what do we know about these horses?
Well, Adam, these horses didn't commit the crime, but somehow wound up right in the middle of it. 160 kilos, that's equal to over 350 pounds of cocaine was found in their trailer on May 20th. Now, OBN did not provide information about the people involved in this seizure because the investigation is still underway. However, we're told that they were tied to powerful drug cartels, saying they were dangerous people and they will be charged in connection with the drug trafficking. Mark Woodward with OBN says although the method of using a horse trailer isn't common, he says drugs can be hidden in nearly anything.
Sometimes loading the drugs in the back, whether it's vegetables, whether it's carnival equipment, you name it, airline equipment. There's some wrapped as Christmas presents in diaper bags. There's no limit to the lengths that these people will go to try to move drugs in vehicles and move it across the country, because again, this particular load was a value of about $4.8 million. So there's literally millions of dollars at stake with every shipment that they can get moved across the country.
Woodward says there is a high chance that wherever this load was going to be cut with fentanyl. And now as for those horses that were in the trailer with the drugs, the rehabilitation process that they are going through and what the next steps for finding a safe home look like coming up at 5:30. Reporting live outside of OBN, Emma McAndrews, Fox 25 News.
Thank you, Emma. And Edmond officials reminding residents fireworks remain illegal within city limits despite the new state law. City says its municipal code continues to prohibit sparklers, bottle rockets, snakes, and all consumer-grade fireworks. The ban applies to both private and public property, including city parks and Arcadia Lake. While Oklahoma's new law expands when fireworks can be sold and used on private property, Edmond officials say local restrictions are still in effect. Police say the suspect in a West Texas shooting that killed one person and injured at least 9 others is dead. According to authorities in the city of Midland, the shooting prompted a standoff with law enforcement. They did not immediately provide details on how the suspect died. Midland Memorial Hospital confirms it treated 9 people, says 4 underwent surgery, 3 were treated and released, 2 others were in stable condition. Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he was briefed on the matter and is praying for those impacted. A Collinsville man's been sentenced to 25 years in federal prison on child exploitation charges. Prosecutors say 34-year-old Joshua Kaiser possessed child sexual abuse material and secretly recorded children in a bathroom. Investigators found hundreds of illegal images and videos on devices seized from his home. Kaiser must register as a sex offender and will remain under lifetime supervision after his release. A new piece of technology now sits inside the OU Health Stevenson Cancer Treatment Center, and it will soon be used to help treat cancer patients. Fox 25's Paige Taylor joining us live from OU Health. Paige, this new tool, we're told it uses artificial intelligence.
That's right, Adam. This new technology is an AI-powered adaptive radiation therapy, and this is the first machine in Oklahoma that does this. Now, this is a $3 million machine that provides a new opportunity when it comes to radiation therapy for cancer patients here at the OU Health Stevenson Cancer Center. This therapy technology utilizes artificial intelligence. Dr. Tyler Gunter and his team gave us a look at how the technology works in real time.
Allowing us to identify these changes that we're talking about in anatomy and tumor configuration and account for them. While it's not making any clinical decisions in treatment management, it is assisting us in making those decisions more efficiently and carrying those forward and allowing us to make these big changes in treatment plans much more rapidly than we were previously able to.
To serve, according to Dr. Gunter, and he says they plan to start using this technology on patients starting next week. Reporting live in Oklahoma City, Paige Taylor, Fox 25 News.
Today, Heart City. Today's show ends in an hour, but you still got Saturday and Sunday. You can get out there. Fox 25's Alexis Young has more on the event and what you can expect.
Hey everybody, it's Alexis Young, and we're here at Brahms, an affair of the heart. Now, everyone knows and loves Crocstar. You've seen them on our channel a lot of times. But today we're here with April to talk all about it because we got a whole line. Check this out. They are already tasting and trying it. Ladies, make some noise if you're enjoying it. Yeah. Now, April, what are we seeing here? What can people do here when they come to your booth?
Yeah, so we have 14 different samples of some of our top-selling meals in store. We also have 9 additional meals that we're selling that are some top sellers. And then we're also sampling our dips. So these are great for the summertime.
Oh my goodness.
Easy for a cookout, something to take for an appetizer, just some easy stuff to make.
I see an egg roll in a bowl.
Yes, that's actually one of my favorites.
I mean, nobody else has something like this. This is amazing. So you said egg roll in a bowl is one of your faves. What else is a fave?
So we brought a lot of my favorites, and I think that they're my favorites probably because I eat them the most at these shows. But what I love about the product is they're all super simple. So to this, for garlic mozzarella chicken, you just add 2 pounds of chicken, some water, a stick of butter, and then we serve this over like rice or pasta.
Oh my goodness.
So they're all just super simple. I love garlic mozzarella. We've got our creamy peppercini chicken, our famous dill pickle pot roast, our #1 seller baked potato soup and thunder chicken. So we've just got lots of options, lots to sample, and it looks like everybody's enjoying it.
Everybody is enjoying it. These ladies are getting some samples. Now you can get a sample, like someone's giving us a thumb up right there. Go ahead and give our camera another thumbs up. She's nervous. But look, guys, you can also get a thumbs up when you come up to Crocstar, when you come on up to Brahms and Affair of the Heart. Now, we're in the Bennett Event Center. 275 vendors. You're one of them.
Yeah.
And there's so many different types. We got food vendors, toe rings. I even bought myself some permanent jewelry as well.
Nice.
So come on up here. It's Friday and Saturday. It's from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Sunday, teachers discount from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. All right, guys. We'll see you on up here at the Bennett Event Center. And I think we're going to go try some more stuff just like these ladies here.
Brahms Fair of the Heart ends in just about an hour, but don't worry if you can't make it. There's still 2 more days left. Saturday 9 to 6, Sunday 11 to 5. Tickets are $11. Kids under 12 are free, and everything's happening at the Bennett Center in the fairgrounds. A piece of American history made a stop in Oklahoma City today, part of a nationwide tribute marking the 25th anniversary of the September 11th attacks. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation Seal Across America tour brought a steel beam recovered from the World Trade Center to the Oklahoma City National Memorial and Museum. The beam later traveled to Oklahoma City Police Headquarters as part of the commemorative tour. A wreath was laid to the survivor tree and a moment of silence held to honor the lives lost to terrorism on American soil. President Trump says a peace deal with Iran may be just days away, but leaked terms already sparking controversy, while the White House says those details are wrong.
We're tracking some storms out there in the far southwest corner of the state, as there's actually a leftover outflow boundary creating some of those storms. But coming up, we got to wait pretty late tonight for our next round of severe weather. We'll have the latest on that, plus our next chance over the weekend as well after this.
Is there a deal between the United States and Iran to end the fighting and the squeeze on global energy markets? As national correspondent Matt Galka reports, tensions remained on Friday as the two sides seemed close to signing an agreement.
The president sounded optimistic Thursday that a peace deal with Iran could be signed soon, possibly in Europe.
Subject to finalization of documents, which should get done over the next few days. We'll probably have a signing maybe in Europe, and it's a great thing.
But leaks about the deal started trickling out heading into Friday from some Iranian state media. The 14-point plan allegedly includes a permanent ceasefire, including with Israel and Lebanon, a $300 billion reconstruction plan for Iranian cities, reopening the Strait of Hormuz under Iranian control, a lifting of the U.S. naval blockade within 30 days, $24 billion in unfrozen assets for Iran, and lifting the sanctions on oil, and 60 more days of negotiations on Iran's enriched uranium. The leaked terms led to fury from Trump. He called the Iranians dishonorable people on Truth Social, writing in part, "The terms that Iran leaked out to the fake news have nothing to do with the terms that were agreed to in writing," before telling them to get their act together. Vice President J.D. Vance called the leaks fake information, and Iran's foreign minister, calling the deal the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding, said an agreement has never been closer. White House officials told outlets Friday that the deal would dismantle Iran's nuclear program, including the U.S. destroying Iran's enriched uranium on site and taking it out of the country. Economic relief would follow if Iran holds up its end of the deal, but not before. Pakistan, which has been acting as a mediator for the U.S. and Iran, also indicated that peace was close. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif wrote, "We can confirm that a final agreed-upon text of the peace deal has been reached, and Pakistan is now working closely with both sides to finalize the next steps. Peace has never been this close as it is now." There are early preparations for a deal to be signed over the weekend, according to White House officials, but that could change. And more peace talks are also expected in the coming days. Reporting in Washington, I'm Matt Gelka.
We've had a few showers and storms out there so far this morning, and then a lot of the afternoon was pretty quiet, and then just recently we've been watching that storm bubble up there in the southwest corner of the state. That's actually thanks to a leftover outflow boundary from those showers and storms that we had this morning. Not severe right now, but it is kind of pulsing up by the Mangum area right now, so we'll kind of keep our eyes on that. But overall, though, we're kind of just waiting for our storms to get going a little bit off more to our west. We're just now starting to see some of those storms coming off the higher mountains there of Colorado as well as New Mexico. So those will be making their way onto the high plains and then sliding on through the panhandles and eventually into northwest Oklahoma as we head on into the overnight hours tonight. So we're going to be tracking those storms as they're likely going to hold on to their intensity as they make their way through the panhandles and then begin to kind of come down in intensity once they cross over into northwest Oklahoma. But still, if we can't totally see them weaken out by then, we could still be talking about winds up to 70 miles per hour, quarter-sized hail, and thankfully a very low tornado risk. So our model not picking up on the storm down by Mangum right now, but what it is doing, though, is showing a good job that we've got a long time to wait. So if you are going to a Team USA watch party this evening, we've got quiet conditions, warm conditions, obviously, but quiet conditions, and our storms really won't get into our area until we're talking about probably after midnight tonight. Now, it remains to be seen how far deep into the viewing area it can get. This model run is actually to have these storms get actually potentially to the metro area early in the morning tomorrow morning, which if it does do that, then there's a chance that could potentially influence the forecast for the remainder of the day, as it may help to kind of keep our temperatures down just a touch, and it also may help to delay some of the storms that we expect with our cold front coming through later on for tomorrow. So we're not really going to know that until we get to tomorrow morning and see where those storms are at, but that is a possibility that we could be dealing with. Our next weather maker will be this cold front arriving tomorrow, which should give us another opportunity for some showers and storms, some of which could be strong to severe, especially for tomorrow evening, and then giving us more opportunities for some rain as we head on throughout much of our Sunday. And then really most of our forecast should begin to dry out after Monday morning. So by Monday afternoon, we should be a lot drier and then kind of stay that way for the next few days. So this weekend, we're going to be looking at temperatures being very warm on Saturday and then actually being down a bit for our Sunday. So tomorrow is going to be very similar to what it's been like most of this week. where we've got very hot, humid conditions with temperatures in the middle 90s, heat index values over 100, and then later on in the day, we're watching out for the chance for some storms. So with the storms holding off until later on in the evening, we think that actually tomorrow should be your good pool and lake day because it's going to be sunny and obviously very hot and humid. So most of our area lakes on our GRDA lake level graphic have remained pretty consistent over the past couple days. We've also got tomorrow, we've got the next U.S. game will be played at Levi Stadium, which I think is going to be called the San Francisco Bay Area Stadium, I think is what FIFA is officially calling that. That's what we have in store for us for tomorrow afternoon. And we'll talk more about our storm chances as we go later on into the day tomorrow because that will be where our next opportunity for some storms will be. That's going to be the reason why we have a weather warn day for our Saturday for those storms. So we'll talk about that and more heavy rain in the forecast for Sunday.
It is a magical piece of the World Cup that we have to rename stadiums to cities.
Yeah.
It's crazy town. Hey, new allegations of fraud drawing scrutiny in California and New York. Why federal officials are freezing funding, investigating claims, and questioning how taxpayer dollars were spent. From homelessness programs in California to unemployment benefits in New York, the White House's fraud-fighting task force focusing on new allegations that billions of taxpayer dollars were properly spent. National correspondent Kayla Gaskins joining us with our latest Waste Watch from Washington.
Another alleged fraud scandal rocking California.
We're not going to fund fraud.
The Trump administration announced they're halting federal funding for a key homelessness program in Los Angeles. The move reportedly sparked by revelations from a 2024 audit where of $50 million distributed through the program, only about $14 million could be accounted for.
And they're not being accountable for the money they're entrusted with, they're not going to get another dollar. And I think the Trump administration's made clear. We want to solve homelessness. We want to work with local agencies, but we want responsible partners and we want results.
Meanwhile, another investigation in California is digging into what could be one of the largest schemes in state history. Los Angeles County set aside more than $4 billion to compensate victims of child sex abuse. Now, District Attorney Nathan Hochman says as many as 81% of those claims may be fraudulent. Court filings allege individuals were recruited and in some cases paid to file claims. The DA is seeking a 6-month pause on payouts as the investigation continues. And in New York, 2 Republican U.S. senators launched an investigation into improper unemployment insurance payments, alleging the state may have lost up to $666 million worth of taxpayer money. New York Governor Kathy Hochul's team calls the claim patently false. Senator Tim Scott, one of the leaders of the charge, disagrees.
In some states, 22% of benefits that go to help people used for fraud. It makes my soul ache. It makes me nauseous to know that we are allowing some states to run rampant with fraud.
The focus on fraud in California and New York comes after months of investigations into alleged fraud in Minnesota's social services programs. The White House says its anti-fraud task force has identified or acted on nearly $160 billion in suspected fraud and improper payments. In Washington, I'm Kayla Gaskins.
Got more news and headlines coming up right after this.
Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check.
More?
No, I took a small step forward.
Oh.
No, you're good.
Mic check, mic check. Ready to go, mate. Ready to go. Jeremy.
This is the Fox 25 News at 5:30.
We got to start right away with Fox 25 Chief Meteorologist Jack Gerfen here. Got your only local forecast at 5:30. And Jack, a lot of people outside for the watch parties tonight.
Yeah.
A lot of excitement buzzing around the World Cup.
Yeah.
First couple days, day and a half has been pretty smooth.
Pretty smooth, yeah. And yeah, our first American match will be tonight, and it's USA, which is going to be great to watch. And the forecast over in Inglewood looks great, as we've got well, SoFi, but I think Los Angeles Stadium, yeah, I think is the official terminology that'll be used for the next 38, 39 days or so. So yeah, it looks great out there. On Fox 25, just saw Tom Rinaldi doing some really good shots there with the people. By the time we have the match start, that'll be at 8 o'clock our time, 76 degrees or so with clear skies, and eventually might have some of that typical Southern California fog coming on in later on overnight, but should be a great forecast there and great forecast here at home to watch the game. We've got nice, it's sunny out there with some clouds, obviously pretty hot and humid still, but things are better than where they were the past couple days. Yes, we are still in the upper 80s and low 90s, and even though these are down a few degrees compared to yesterday, we still have some pretty high heat index values, but again, these are also down a little bit too, so very few actual 100s are showing up on our heat index map right now. But again, for this evening, we are going to be looking at dry as well as just warm and humid conditions for this evening, so overall pretty good. Now, as you can see, we do have an SPC map for tonight, and that's for storms coming on in after midnight. Now, some of those storms could still have winds up to 70 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. That's really, though, going to be the extent of it. Those storms are going to be coming on in and kind of weakening as they make their way in. Watching that storm there down by the Mangum area, but the storms that we're really focusing in on will be these storms right now, just getting going across portions of New Mexico and Colorado. So it's going to take a long time for those storms to get here, and the overall trend for them should be a weakening trend as they're making their way eastward. But once they cross over into northwest Oklahoma, potentially right around midnight, there still could be some strength to them, which is why we've got that chance for some severe weather in our area. Then the question is, how far off to the east and to the southeast are these storms going to be able to go overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning? Because if it looks like this, that actually might influence the forecast for our cold front later on tomorrow evening. So we'll talk more about that in our main weather. So chance for severe storms coming in late tonight. We're talking well after midnight for most of the area. More weekend storms could be strong to severe because of a cold front, and we're talking about a pretty dry start to next week as well, Adam, with temperatures quickly ratcheting back up again after that. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Jack. Now tonight we're learning new details about a $4.8 million cocaine seizure by the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics, with 6 horses at the forefront of it all. Fox 25's Emma McAndrews live now. Emma, have you learned more about the horses involved?
Yeah, Adam. So these horses didn't commit the crime, but they sure are right in the center of everything. And now we're working on rehabilitation to get them back to the life they deserve. 6 horses have now made their way here to Blaze Tribute Equine Rescue after being caught red-hooved. Well, not them exactly. On May 20th, Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics says their interdiction unit happened to pull over a trailer.
There were a number of different indicators about it that led to a search of the trailer, and sure enough, we found totes in there that contained 160 kilos of cocaine that was being transported through Oklahoma.
The other thing found in the trailer, 6 horses.
That's a concern because we have to find a place for them, and we were very grateful that we were able to make a phone call, and the Blaze Equine Rescue said absolutely, we will step up.
And step up they did.
I was like, wow, okay, yeah, I mean, we'll definitely help. It was a lot to process. We had never been contacted for a situation like that before, so it was kind of new territory for us.
Natalie Cross, president of the rescue, says they have worked with law enforcement for 25 years. However, nothing involving quite like this.
They've settled down quite a bit. That first 24 to 48 hours, they were pretty wound up, and they had been through a lot, and it was very evident that, that they were overwhelmed, the horses were. So they've settled down quite a bit. They're enjoying, I think the calmness and the quiet. You can definitely see, I think, a sigh of relief. And just not knowing how long they were in that trailer, if they could talk, I'd be interested to hear.
Cross says the next step for these horses is to go out to pasture and just be horses and eventually find their forever home through adoption. Now, details on how you can donate to help these horses volunteer, and soon they will be up for adoption. You can head over to okcfox.com for all the details. Reporting live at OBN, Emma McAndrews, Fox 25 News.
Thank you, Emma. A new piece of technology now sitting inside of the OU Health Stevenson Cancer Treatment Center. It'll soon be used to help treat cancer patients. Fox 25's Paige Taylor joining us live from OU Health. Paige, the new tool uses artificial intelligence.
Well, that's right, Adam. This new technology is AI-powered adaptive radiation therapy, and this is the first machine that does this here in Oklahoma.
This is the Varian Ethos Adaptive Radiation Therapy System.
This $3 million machine provides a new opportunity when it comes to radiation therapy for cancer patients at the OU Health Stevenson Cancer Center.
It's actually really exciting compared to our standard radiation therapy machines or linear accelerators, which rely on a radiation plan that's generated from a CT scan that's typically obtained about a week before beginning radiation therapy, and using that plan throughout treatment. The Ethos system allows us to, on the fly, adapt that radiation plan to the daily configuration.
This therapy technology utilizes artificial intelligence.
It's allowing us to identify these changes that we're talking about in anatomy and tumor configuration, and account for them. While it's not making any clinical decisions in treatment management, it is assisting us in making those decisions more efficiently and carrying those forward and allowing us to make these big changes in treatment plans much more rapidly than we were previously able to.
Dr. Tyler Gunter and his team gave us a look at how the technology works in real time.
Now the AI is going to be working on adjusting our targets and normal tissues, what we've identified to the computer in the treatment planning process as targets and areas that we want the radiation to avoid as much as possible, and it's adjusting those to today's anatomy. So a process that would require a lot of manual labor on the part of physicians and dosimetrists previously is now taking a few seconds.
The new technology could potentially increase how many patients they are able to serve, according to Dr. Gunter.
It can also allow us to compress treatments into a shorter period of time. So what may have taken 5 weeks to treat now may take 5 days. So we can improve precision to deliver higher doses of radiation in a given treatment for a shorter treatment course with the same efficacy and the same side effect profile.
OU Health will begin using this technology on real patients very soon.
We have a few patients slated to begin the treatment. Some excellent cases that will certainly benefit from adaptive radiation therapy.
And Dr. Gunter says they plan to start using this technology on patients next week. Reporting live at OU Health, Paige Taylor, Fox 25 News.
Thank you, Paige. The 2026 World Cup kicked off the excitement yesterday. 4 games, Mexico and Korea, the winners of the 2 matchups. 4 more teams face off today, including USA. And Fox 25's Rob Hagan at Skinny Slim's Pub, claiming to be your World Cup watch party destination. We'll let Rob Hagan be the judge of that. Rob, how's it going out there?
Hey, Adam. Well, the World Cup is bigger than ever this year with 48 teams facing off in 104 matchups. The first time in the history of the tournament that they feature a 48-team format. Now, I'm here at Skinny Slim's, and just to show you, they ain't joking. It really is slim. This is one of the most unique buildings I've seen in Oklahoma City, but don't let looks fool you, folks. We're going to take you inside. Now, the U.S. is hosting the bulk of these games, 78 matches in 11 U.S. cities. Now, I'm getting closer to the door now, and we're going to go ahead and show you inside. The fans are here mobilizing ahead of tonight's contest. And we're almost here to the door right now. Now, I caught up with Mark Howard, who is a former midfield defender for Manchester United and the current coach for the Oklahoma Energy Football Club, to talk about the World Cup coming to the U.S.
Kicked off the World Cup. Mexico just played the first game, and I'm already getting tons of text messages of all coaches, players. So I really believe it's going to take off. I think people are now starting to watch it on TV, and they're watching countries that they potentially would never have watched before. So I think you're going to see a big rise in the popularity in soccer in the US just by hosting it.
Keep it more family friendly, not just the TV. Yeah, like I said, tonight the U.S. faces off with Paraguay at 8 p.m. Here at Skinny Slims, they're having a watch party until 2 a.m. featuring games, featuring giveaways, and check out this projector ready to go. We'll be providing coverage again at 9 p.m. tonight. Live at Oklahoma City's World Cup headquarters, Rob Hagan, Fox 25 News.
Thank you, Rob. Well, OU baseball is back in Omaha, ready to chase a national championship, while the Sooners say they'll need to play their best baseball of the year. Coming up.
This is Fox 25 Sports.
Well, in less than 24 hours, OU baseball will take the field in their opening game of the College World Series against Alabama. It's the Sooners' first appearance in Omaha since 2022. It's also a Southeastern Conference homecoming. OU, one of 5 SEC teams in the field. Georgia, Texas, and Alabama all on the Sooners' side of the bracket. It's the 4th meeting this season between the Sooners and the Crimson Tide. Alabama won 2 of 3 in the regular season series in Norman, and the Sooners know they're going to have to play their best baseball in order to advance in the winner's bracket.
I remember they got great pitching staff that locates and can really be crafty. I also know that they got some power on the offense. We're going to have to be ready to come and beat them.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely a good team, as is everybody that we played in our conference, and I feel like we believe that we're a good team, and we know that if we go out there and handle what we can control, we're going to be right where we want to be at the end of the day. So I feel like we haven't really focused as much on them as we're focused on controlling what we can control and winning that first pitch and then winning every pitch after that.
They're really good, and looking forward to the opportunity to go out and play against them on Saturday. I mean, it's an opportunity. There's no doubt about that. They're good, and I think we've been really good, and I think these guys are starting to they thought they were good. Now they're starting to believe that they're good.
Oklahoma will look to best their 2022 runner-up finish. First pitch is Saturday at 2 p.m. I'm Stone Weber, and that's a look at sports.
Thanks, Stone. Just a few minutes ago, we got a newly issued severe thunderstorm watch issued for parts of our area. That goes until 1 o'clock in the morning. So doesn't get very far into northwest Oklahoma. There might be some sort of extension needed depending on what the storms end up doing. But just tells you that we're at the very end of a severe thunderstorm watch that goes until 1 o'clock in the morning. So you have a long time for those storms to actually get here, which we'll show you here in a moment. Right now, as you can see, most of the state's been pretty dry for the past couple hours. We had that activity this morning. Now you have some of those leftover outflow boundaries. You can actually see those little lines on the radar. Those are the leftover outflow boundaries from earlier on this morning and earlier this afternoon. Fired up this one storm by the Mangum area. It's kind of fizzling out as it moves in a kind of weird direction off to the northwest. But these are the storms we're really watching out for. As right now, they're just getting going in the higher elevations of New Mexico and Colorado, and they'll be coming off the mountains and then into the high plains over the panhandles, and probably still holding on to some sort of strength as they make their way into the northwest part of the state. So that severe thunderstorm watch that we have until 1 o'clock in the morning essentially kind of matches up where the end of that slight risk is from SPC. So we can still be talking about winds up to 70 miles an hour, quarter-sized hail, so really it's a wind threat more than anything else, and a very low tornado risk with these storms. Like I said, though, we're waiting for quite a while, so much of the evening is going to be warm and quiet. So if you've got watch parties for Team USA, no problems out there whatsoever, as we again have a long time until these storms actually get here. Here's midnight, and those storms might be just trying to make their way into northwest Oklahoma. So it's going to be a late night waiting for these storms to get here. So as we animate this through, you'll see that our storms are able to cut into northwest Oklahoma. The question is, how far into the state can they get, and how far into the state can they get while holding on to some of that severe characteristics? That will be the question. This model looks to be still pretty potent with those storms, potentially requiring a little bit more of an extension with any severe thunderstorm watch that we have out in there in place, and even holds on to some pretty strong storms within Green Country as well into the morning with a big just kind of comma shape there, which would indicate kind of some cooler air behind it. So depending on what the storms do overnight tonight, it very well could influence our forecast for tomorrow because our next weather maker is going to be this cold front that will be coming on down from our north and northwest, firing off additional showers and storms in the area. And so that will likely play into the forecast for tomorrow evening. And then behind the front, we'll have more showers and storms as we go on into our Sunday. And then by Monday morning, most of these rain showers are exiting the area, leaving us with a drier forecast to start next week. So for tomorrow, you can see there's a pretty big slight risk and even an enhanced risk across Green Country for severe storms as our front is making its way into the area. Winds could be up to 70 miles per hour, golf ball sized hail, and right now a very low tornado risk is expected with our storms in the afternoon going into the early morning hours of our Sunday. So like I said, our storms overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning potentially could influence how things go by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon. You'll see that temperatures are going to be hot again in the afternoon, and then here comes the cold front. Storms are going to be coming on in, and there again could be that wind and hail threat, but as you'll see, there's a pretty big gap with this model run, which would actually show that the morning round of storms potentially influences our forecast about 18 hours later. So we'll see if this ends up looking like this, but definitely though a day to stay weather aware. But like I said, it's going to be pretty late tomorrow when our storms do come in. So tomorrow would be your good lake and pool day to go to and just enjoy the outdoors. The chance for rain is also going to be potentially heavy as we go on into our Saturday night and into our Sunday because of the ongoing showers and storms that are going to be in place. Then as you can see for our Sunday, they're going to be patchy and spotty in nature, but these could produce some heavy downpours across the area for our Sunday. And then, like I said, by the time we get to Monday morning, most of the rain showers and storms are moving on out of the area. So this is a new update that we got to our forecast for the rainfall totals, and those are coming on in really high across Green Country, and then not exactly so high for our area. After that, it'll be cooler on Sunday and then cool to start off next week before those temperatures look to quickly warm back up from the 70s through the 80s and then back into the 90s. So we'll watch those storms tonight with the low of 75. Tomorrow we've got to watch out for those storms potentially still lingering early in the morning. morning, and that may hold off our storms until later on tomorrow evening. But I still think, though, that most of our Saturday is going to end up being dry and warm, too, at the temperature of 94. So tomorrow's your day to be outside, despite the fact that it does have the weather-worn day out there for tomorrow, because we can enjoy the outdoors with the heat being at the pool and the lake, but then just kind of watching the radar in the evening for the cold front to come down, and that would be where our severe weather chances could be coming from.
Yeah, there you go. And then a couple of cool days of reprieve, and then we're right back into the heater again.
Right back there. Yeah, we are still looking at a lot of these temperatures running, well above average.
Yeah.
So, and these heat index values don't help things either.
I mean, that 25-mile-an-hour wind coming from the south on Wednesday is going to feel like a hot air dryer.
Well, and it actually could be higher than that too. It's hard to get the winds that far out, but if it's 95 already, that very well could be like a 35-mile-per-hour wind.
Some steam and wind,
Yeah.
man. Here's what's going on tonight on Fox 25. It's the FIFA World Cup 2026, U.S.-Paraguay, followed by the Fox 25 Late Edition. Are aliens and UFOs real? Discuss. I'm just kidding. Most Americans do say yes. According to a new CBS News poll, nearly 2/3 of Americans believe there's intelligent life on other planets. Not only that, 2 in 10 Americans believe we've already been contacted by extraterrestrials from other planets. Nearly half believe we'll be contacted in the future. And a vast majority, 84%, believe the U.S. government knows more about UFOs than it is telling. So I guess normally this is the time where it'd be like, hey, take a look at this video. Or what. I guess this is just the part where, Jack, you're just supposed to fill us in on the government conspiracy to not show us stuff about aliens. You got about 45 seconds.
Well, I mean, the fact that we're also releasing it themselves is, pretty telling, because we used to not talk about it. But yeah, we'll have to figure out the reason why. But I think when we figure it out, we'll probably be like, oh, that's why.
Yeah. For better or for worse, we're going to go all crap.
We'll be like, oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe they just don't, maybe the aliens don't want anything to do with us.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people think like they're coming to find us forever. I think they might see us and be like, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just leave this be for a little. We'll come check on them in about 100 years.
I think I'm going to go full Interstellar. The aliens are actually us in the future, and they're coming back to the past to like help us out.
Try to guide us.
Yeah, exactly. Weather warning day for tomorrow, because it's going to be in the 90s, and then we are watching the storms coming out in the evening along a cold front that could be strong to severe.